So, I already finished all the Fast and the Furious movies, and just recently seeing F9, I'm finally going to review the rest of these movies from Fast and the Furious 6 to F9, so let's get right back into it. Now, starting off with Fast and the Furious 6, or Furious 6 as it says in the opening title. So Fast 5 being more of a crime heist film, and kind of really like when the franchise starts to get good. But Fast Furious 6 is kind of when like it sort of figures out, or like it really kind of stays of what genre it is, and that this movie and the rest are just spy films, over the top, exaggerated spy films with a bunch of crazy stunts and just all of that. And I really enjoyed this one. This is still a great film, you know, right after Fast 5. I like Luke Evans as the villain. I like the fact that it's basically like the team going up against like an anti-version of themselves, with like Letty, who's now, you know, being suddenly alive. And this is basically just another fun ride with a bunch of crazy stuff that happens, and I think everyone knows the one I'm talking about. So yeah, this franchise is 100% a superhero franchise, because Dom Toretto just flew in that scene. So yeah, Fast and the Furious 6, it's still a good conclusion to this prequel trilogy, even though I think Fast and Furious is the worst one. But anyway, I really do like Fast and Furious 6, and I actually do like it a bit more than Fast 5, and I just love the ending with the plane, even though it's sad that we have to say goodbye to Gal Gadot's character. And of course, Han, since this takes place before Tokyo Drift. Even though, yeah, Han does return in F9. But, so yeah. And this would also be the last one where Paul Walker was alive. Which brings us now to Furious 7. So I think the big elephant in this movie is basically Paul Walker's CGI model, which is sort of a mixed bag to me. So I kind of like watched this movie on my big screen, where it looked kind of fine. You know, it like I thought, like I really didn't see the image that clearly well. But I did think they handled the voice well, and but I think sometimes the model itself, I will admit, it kind of looks like it's the Robert Zemeckis, motion capture stuff, from the 2000s. And with that, it just kind of looks like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit with motion capture people in it. That's all I really have to say. It can be kind of distracting, and especially at the end, it definitely just looks a little weird. And even then, I think Paul Walker just, you don't really feel like he's in it that much, or, well, he's there, but, he doesn't get, I don't think he has that many lines, really, or, but, I mean, who knows, the guy was dead, so, and I don't even think they had any, scenes, where he was on set. I mean, I tried to look up if there's actually any, real footage of him in this movie, but I guess there's not. But again, I think they handled the voice well. I felt like the voice, he was there. And I do like that nice, sweet ending, with the song When I See You Again, and which is a very touching ending. And it's probably the best, send-off that a franchise would do, just for one of their big actors, and it's kind of nice. And so someone else who has kind of left the franchise at this point is Justin Lin, who didn't come back to direct this film, and I think because of, I think it was Star Trek Beyond, which was not really the best choice. But now we got James Wan, who I think, he does a pretty good job, even though I have not seen any of the Saw films, The Conjuring or Insidious. I think that's by him. I don't know. I never seen any of those movies. But I have seen Aquaman, and both these movies, like, they feel kind of the same when it comes to the direction. There's a lot of, like, the camera moves, like, fast, it has a lot of quick editing, and the action definitely kind of feels the same a bit, and, yeah, is it annoying? No. I think James Wan does a pretty good job. I would like to maybe see him, return for another Fast and the Furious movie. But I think, Justin Lin is probably going to do the next one or the final one. But anyway, I think Justin Lin, I'm fine that he's back. But James Wan, I wish he comes back. And but anyway, how's this movie? I think it's very fun. This is actually my favorite one because I feel like this is when the franchise, like, at the time, really, like, met its match of, like, how insane it was getting. Like that entire car thing with the two towers.
Cars don't fly! Oh, shit!
I do like the additions of Kurt Russell and, of course, Jason Statham as Deckard Shaw, the brother of Owen Shaw from the last film. And Jason Statham definitely was a nice addition to this movie, and I think he definitely is one of the best villains, or not villains. But he's very fun in this movie. The Rock, who is not really in it that much, but it really does make up just for this scene.
Dad, what's going on?
Daddy's gotta go to work.
There is like one weird scene where they go back to Tokyo Drift, and so they first use the clip from the end of Tokyo Drift where we see the exact same footage, but then later we see like an older Lucas Black, and it's kind of weird seeing a scene before of him younger. Now it's like him 9 years later. It's just a little weird. This definitely has what I think is definitely the funniest Roman moment in the whole scene in Abu Dhabi.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the pilot seat.
All right, Roman.
Do whatever it is you do.
It's your birthday, right? Are you Jasmine?
Oh, God, no, not the birthday routine.
Happy birthday to you. This way, this way. Excuse me, so sorry, I'm coming through, sorry. Right this way. Listen, excuse me 1 second. No, sir, thank you so much. All right, listen, people, please, everybody gather around. Understand something right now. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. We are here to celebrate Jasmine's 18th birthday. Happy birthday, my dear. Happy birthday to you. To you. To you.
Oh, I wish I didn't see that.
That's probably my favorite scene in the movie. It's this whole Abu Dhabi thing. It just feels like Mission Impossible. Like, You can just tell that this franchise has gone far from being movies about street racing to now a film about spy thrillers and espionage. But yeah, I think Furious 7 is my favorite. It's corny, it's just popcorn, and it's just very good, well executed, and it's funny. And again, it's just a great goodbye to one of their big co-stars, and it's just it's amazing. I like Furious 7, fun action movie, and I would like James Wan. I hope he does make another Fast and the Furious movie. If like this 10th or 11th film, if like it doesn't really turn out to be the final film, and they go all the way up to number 20. So on to Fate of the Furious. So now I think everyone knows that Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson kind of had a bit of a falling out with this one, with kind of how to like take the franchise forward without Paul Walker, and you can really tell that The Rock has really like been kind of promoted up to co-star with Vin Diesel, and since Rock is the highest paid actor in Hollywood. So basically, when you see take this, see his introduction in Fast 5.
Present your Hobbs, Chief of Police John Almeida.
Luke.
Sorry to hear about the loss of your man. Is all of this really necessary to apprehend two men?
Let me tell you something about these two men. One's a former federal officer, been in deep cover for 5 years, knows every way you're gonna come for me. The other one's a professional criminal, escaped prison twice, spent half his life on the run avoiding folks like you.
Well, if there's anything we can do to help their DSA...
Two things. One, I need a translator.
Claro, we have in the public
Elena
relations...
Nieves.
A patrol officer.
You heard me.
But why? We have many more experienced people.
I like her smile.
What's the second thing?
Stay the fuck out of my way.
And then see what he's like and in Fast and Fate of the Furious.
2 minutes.
Quite the cheering section.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's moms that come out to support the kids.
Except there seem to be more moms than kids. Way more moms.
Yeah. It's a big soccer town. Let's go, girls!
So your intel was spot on. That Damocles 7 EMP weapon that went missing in the Gulf, arms dealers from the Liberation Front have it in Berlin. This thing can wipe out an entire electrical grid in a major city. No lights, no power, instant Stone Age.
Chloe, Maya, you can't let her run by you like that. Let's go, let's go!
This is the Class 4 WMD. Do you have any idea what's at stake here?
Yes, I know exactly what is at stake here, okay? If the pink butterflies beat my red dragons, that means we lose the championship. Which means I have 20 little girls who are crying, and that's not a good thing. Which then means I have to spend a lot of time in ice cream shops and a lot of time at Tay-Tay concerts.
Tay-Tay.
In Fast 5 to Furious 7, The Rock is like the tough guy, and he's sort of like the Nick Fury of the franchise. He's always giving the team like info, telling them always what the mission is. He's basically Nick Fury until Kurt Russell comes into the picture. But yeah, you could just in FA once we see him like coaching a soccer team with his daughter, he is not the same Luke Hobbs that he was in Fast 5. It's just The Rock now. And yeah, I mean, he's still fun in this movie and also his chemistry with Jason Statham, that is obviously setting up the Hobbs and Shaw spinoff. But still, it's very off. Like, just especially that soccer scene when the girls are doing that thing to the other team. It's just like, wow, you can really see why Vin and Dwayne, they really had like different views. And I think Patrick H. Willems best describes it in his video.
The tone that made them work. The Fast and Furious movies, at their best, lean hard into this goofy sincerity that's anchored by Vin Diesel's performance. He's so committed to Dominic Toretto and the story he's telling, and his voice is so impossibly deep, that it lends a gravitas to even the most insane shit that happens. As The Rock got promoted to co-lead of the series, his own approach to winking, self-aware macho action movies seeped in and kinda threw off the balance. When you watch Dwayne Johnson, you can tell he knows this is absurd. But when you watch Vin Diesel, he's treating it like it's goddamn Shakespeare. And then in Hobbs and Shaw, the Dwayne...
So Hobbs' movie, I still think it's another fun Fast and the Furious movie. And, yeah, that's really it. I don't have much to say. I like Charlize Theron as a nice addition to the franchise, even though she should really not be wearing dreadlocks and wearing weird clothing like that. I don't know. I just don't like the design of her. It's just weird. But, by God, that New York car scene. The ending scene in Russia is fun, but I mean, that scene right there, like cars falling down like it's rain, it's like insane. I just think nothing, you think nothing could top that. I'm like speechless. That scene is so, insane. Alright, I gotta start moving on. But anyway, Fate of Furious is very good. F. Gary Gray did a good job at making this one. And, yeah, Fate of Furious, still a good movie, even without Paul Walker or with Vin Diesel and The Rock on screen together. So, on to the spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw. So, you know what I said after Furious 7, the character Luke Hobbs changed? And in this movie, this is just a straight-up Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham movie, and it really is a Johnson film because it has Kevin Hart and also Ryan Reynolds in it.
The only thing holding you back is air and opportunity. And there goes the air.
Bring it on, gung-ho.
Gung-ho.
So now, hey, cut it out. Both of y'all cut it out.
Oh, see? You woke up the air marshal.
You woke the air marshal. How did you know I was the air marshal?
Unaccompanied.
Like boarding the plane.
Aisle seat.
Golf shirt. Let's just call that an educated guess. Air Marshal Dinkley at your service.
I'm sorry, did you say Dinkley?
What's the problem? Dinkley. Understand this, big fella, because it's my job to observe. Thick neck, your head's been on a swivel since you've been on this damn plane.
Hobbs, I haven't seen you in forever.
Rebecca?
Do you even age? How long's it been?
6 months.
Time flies.
When we're apart.
What is your skincare regimen? Because you look like a young Shirley Temple.
Daddy, who is this guy?
Well, this guy is Locke. And he works for the CIA.
Dad and I are old friends.
We're not old friends.
Actually, we're best friends. There's the half heart.
I don't know what that is.
We got some ink together.
We did not get ink together.
Oh, we didn't?
No, we did not.
Interesting.
We never got
I
it.
seem to remember getting a little something like this at one point on my body.
Jesus.
Christ, I miss our playful banter.
You have 1 minute to tell me what you want before I knock one of your lungs loose.
You and I are after the same thing. Say hello to the CT-17 virus. It's a programmable bot.
Yeah, just kind of watching this movie, you can really see why Vin Diesel, would not want this at all in his Fast and the Furious movies. Because this is all, again, like what Patrick H. Willems said, Dwayne is taking this as more of a satire parody of action movies, but more he's more literal with it. He's just trying to make this all fun, and Vin Diesel takes it more seriously. And you can just obviously tell that The Rock and Statham is not taking this seriously at all. And so how is it in general? And I mean, because overall, I don't think this is a Fast and the Furious movie. This is a spin-off, and it's a Rock movie. That's all I have to really say. And it's a fun, action movie. And I think having like Idris Elba as the villain is pretty fun.
Not realized then is that when you shot me, you gave me a gift. Look at me. I'm Black Superman. Bulletproof.
I wish they bring him back for the 10th film. Maybe. I don't know if he'll come back, because I think he is like not used that much well, but I think he is still good with what he's given. And also Vanessa Kirby, even though her and Jason Statham do not look the same age at all for them to be siblings. But so yeah, that's really Hobbs and Shaw. It's got a very, very fun ending with where basically The Rock takes a vacation off to Samoa and meets his family, and that's mostly it. This was a good spin-off to Fast and the Furious. Now let's get back on track with the family, with F9.
Living in mine.
We going wild. We on the loose.
Not today.
So, a lot of people really weren't that satisfied with this movie, saying that it was almost more of a parody of itself, more of a hilariosity. But I'm sorry, it's a Fast and the Furious movie. It's dumb fun. Everyone is complaining about all the dumb stuff and all the things that happen, and they make like their points, you know, that whenever they did something absurd, like there would be more logic to it, or you know, it wouldn't always like cross the line. But I personally think it's fine. Cross the line. Like, you could do all this insane stuff. I mean, okay, yeah, the cast from Tokyo Drift now being these rocket scientists is a little absurd, and Han just creating all this stuff with Han is a bit confusing. But overall, it's a fun Fast and the Furious movie. It's got fun action. It's got good comedy. The characters are still fun. Like, yeah, it's just a Fast and Furious movie. My biggest complaint is really all the stuff with actually Dom's backstory and the whole thing with John Cena. Because first off, John Cena is just underused in this movie. Like, or you never get the feeling like he just doesn't really, like, he doesn't show off. He's just not that badass. And even my mom said this at the end when I saw it with her. She said that John Cena is just not good as a villain. And I mean, and even like John Cena's film career, I just don't think it's even as big as The Rock's career. And it would have been awesome if The Rock and John Cena like were in this movie. But anyway, I still like, besides all the flashback stuff and kind of having the Tokyo Drift people be like these rocket scientists all of a sudden, it's just still a fun Fast and the Furious movie. And a lot of people say the scene where they go to space, that scene was fun. It was fun. Everyone needs to stop complaining about all the stuff, like all the insane stuff. Fast and the Furious is like, ever since the 5th film, and heck, even all the way back to the first one, it's been insane. You know, so yeah, F9, it was entertaining. Alright, I liked it. So, there you go, and now, let's move on to my rankings of these movies. So coming in at the bottom is Fast and Furious. This is really the only one that I think is bad. Number 9 is Tokyo Drift. Just look at it as a spin-off to the franchise. Number 8 is The Fast and Furious. It's good. It's got its moments, but it has its slow moments. Number 7, Hobbs and Shaw. It's a just good Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham vehicle. F9, I think all the backstory stuff was just where it dragged. 5 is Too Fast, Too Furious. This film is just entertaining. I don't really get it. It's guilty pleasure. Fate of the Furious, I just can't stand that entire car scene. Fast 5 franchise was really got together at that point. I love it for that. Fast and Furious 6, this is where it's a spy thriller and it's amazing. And Furious 7, which is just all bonkers, and it was a great send-off for Paul Walker. So, overall, this franchise, as a newcomer, I kind of went into this like how I think every newcomer goes into this franchise. They don't really like the first 4, but then when they get to 5, things start to get really good for them. Then they start really liking it, and then they start loving this entire franchise. Because I do think this is a very well-made, good action popcorn franchise. I'm definitely excited for the 10th film, which is supposed to be the last one. And it's kind of sad, because I just rather this franchise should just keep continuing making movies. And I know, yeah, I mean, like, there's a point that all these actors are going to get old, but just keep making these movies. It's like, you know, just keep making movies and all that. And so, yeah, had fun watching these movies. If I have anything that I should bring up that I want to see in the next one, I guess I want to, again, Idris Elba up against Vin Diesel. I want that to happen. I want, like, I kind of want, like, I want everyone to come back in this film, just like Endgame style. Like, everyone, like, imagine at the end there's a big army of cars, and in it it's like everyone throughout this franchise, you know, every character, and that would just be amazing, you know. So yeah, thank you for watching this 2-parter. Really liked watching these movies, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe. Goodbye.